Hey you. Yeah, you. You don't want to click anywhere else until you see the incredible conclusion to this story. Everyday police officers around the world put their lives on the line to protect our families and keep our communities safer. All the while they do so knowing that they may not make it home at the end of each day. In 2018 alone, 144 officers died in the line of duty in the United States. Of those, 52 died from gunshots while 50 died in incidents with a motor vehicle. And 42 perished in another manner while on duty. Every day that an officer is on duty, they are presented with a vast range of different scenarios, and they are forced to make judgment calls in the blink of an eye. Judgment calls that can have significant real-life consequences. While responding to everything from traffic stops to medical emergencies, officers have to keep a clear head and act in a way that ensures not only their own safety, but that of those around them as well. With a population of just over 20,000, Greenbelt, Maryland is nestled 40 minutes southwest of Baltimore, an area rich with history. Maryland was a state of split loyalties during the American Civil War, and the site of frequent and bloody battles, and the town of Fort McHenry is considered the birthplace of the American national anthem. The city of Greenbelt is protected by the Greenbelt Police Department. The department has just over 70 officers and is a proponent of community policing. Officers with the Greenbelt PD are encouraged to form positive connections in the small community, and you can often find Greenbelt officers at community meetings, and several members even carry bicycle repair kits in their vehicle in an effort to help out locals who may become stranded on long rides. The department's commitment to the community is evident in everything they do, but sometimes their officers are still able to surprise the locals. Carolyn Hammett and her husband were driving home on a dark and stormy afternoon when they spotted a figure in the distance. The rain was pouring down so hard that they couldn't figure out for quite a while what they were seeing. As the couple got closer, they realized that it was a person. But who? And why were they standing in the middle of the road in the pouring rain? As they got closer, they realized that it was a police officer, but they couldn't figure out what might be causing them to stand motionless in the middle of the road. The officer turned out to be Sharnice Hawkins Graham, and as Carolyn and her husband stopped their car nearby, they could tell that the officer was staring at the ground smiling. When her husband got out to approach the officer, Carolyn never could have imagined what they would find out. In just a moment, we'll tell you just what the officer was doing, but first make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon right now. Actually, click the bell, comment, notification squad below, and I'll reply to all of you saying thanks. In a small Maryland community in the city of Greenbelt, Carolyn Hammett and her husband were driving through a vicious downpour when they spotted a mysterious figure in the distance. Once they pulled over, they realized that it was a Greenbelt police officer, Sharnice Hawkins Graham. She was standing in the middle of the street looking at the ground and smiling slightly. When her husband approached the officer, they realized that she was actually watching over a snapping turtle who was precariously crossing the road. Another motorist had noticed the critter and alerted Officer Hawkins Graham, who knew that it was in extreme danger of being struck by a car. So she had jumped out of her vehicle to act as a much-needed guardian angel to the turtle. While picking up the turtle would have been much quicker, the snapping turtle's long neck and hard bite meant that it was much safer for the officer to protect it from a distance. Touched by herself was that Carolyn's husband brought the officer an umbrella and protected her from the rain until the turtle had successfully finished crossing. For her beautiful act of compassion that day, the officer was awarded the Greenbelt Police Officer of the Year Award and was also awarded the Compassionate Actor Award from PETA. Upon presenting the award, PETA Vice President Colleen O'Brien said, quote, "Officer Hawkins Graham didn't hesitate to do her part to give a turtle a boost in the right direction and help keep the animal safe from passing cars." Local residents are fortunate to have such a compassionate officer who, whether on or off duty, acts swiftly to help those in need. And PETA hopes this story will inspire people everywhere to do the same. Since the event in 2017, photos of her noble act have circulated among the internet and have gained the attention of several news outlets who have aided in making this random act of kindness a viral story that has touched millions.